DNA belonging to Joshua. The investigation would reveal that not only did he know Jamie, but he lived only a few hundred yards from where her body was found.
How are you? I'm Bobby. Lee.
Man, I just got a letter in the mail today telling me I was completely done with probation supervision, and I don't know what went wrong.
Did you have a monitor on you?
I just...
The victim.
This is Oklahoma Police Detective Michael Neely. For over a decade, Michael would interrogate suspects as they sat in the same seat that he is sitting in now. Just the day before, Michael and his chief of police, Lucky Miller, had gone on a trip together to attend a law enforcement conference in Florida. While they stayed at a hotel, the staff would receive multiple noise complaints from the room that both officers shared. Security would enter the room and find Michael sitting on top of his deceased police chief.
How you doing, Mike? Hello.
I'm Investigator Martinez. I think you've already met Mr. Tatum. Here's my card, sir. All right, Mike, before we begin, advise you of your rights, all right?
Yeah.
So tell me, Mike, you guys flew out of Tulsa?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City, okay. Into Pensacola?
Yep.
Was it a direct flight?
Nope.
Where'd you guys stop?
Houston.
Houston. Was it a long layover or just a...
Short. Pretty short.
So from Houston to Pensacola?
Yep.
What time did you guys get in?
I don't even remember. Afternoon sometime.
Did you guys get the rental car?
Yes.
Okay. Enterprise or?
I think it was Enterprise.
All right, and then from there?
We got to the hotel. That's it.
You got to the hotel. Did you guys make any stops anywhere?
Nope.
After checking into the hotel, both men began drinking and watching a football game in the hotel's restaurant. They started with beer, but then quickly moved to vodka. Both men were extremely intoxicated by the time they made it back to their room.
Any problems or anything going on at crowd? Just normal dinner or what?
Normal.
Any drinks there or just dining with?
Couple beers.
And I guess from where Krabs is to the hotel, just walked.
Yeah, it's not very far. Yeah, it's just right there.
Was it a early dinner, late dinner, or what?
Very early. It was, I don't even think it was dark yet.
All right. And then tell me what you guys did once you got back to the hotel.
That's about it. Just watched the football game.
Any particular team? Football game.
Dallas game starting. Dallas and somebody, I don't remember who.
All right. Do you remember hotel staff or hotel employee coming up telling you guys to keep it down?
I don't remember that.
So what is the last thing you remember as far as that evening up until the football game?
Michael doesn't know that the chief is dead, and he's about to ask in a very strange way.
Well, I mean, I know you're asking me questions, but can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Okay, homicide, who is dead?
Dead.
Dead. Who?
figure out what happened.
Damn, I forgot to prayer switch.
I guess I probably don't have anything else to say then. I've got nothing to say to you. Okay.
Michael invokes his rights, but a trained detective has ways of getting a suspect to talk without asking him questions about the case.
Did you advise when he was talking?
No, Michael, you've been charged with second-degree murder.
Okay. I had no idea what I was being charged with.
Yeah, you're being charged with second-degree murder, and you're fixing to be put in the Escambia County Jail with no bond. And we've already notified your wife.
Okay.
And,
You go for I'm assuming.
yes. And we've notified the task force head. You have any questions for us?
I mean, I've got 1,000 of them, but I mean, it really doesn't make it.
Well, I mean, sure it does. I mean, if you want to talk, we'll sit here and listen to you talk. I mean, we'd love to know what the heck happened. But I mean, that's up to you. I mean, we'll answer your questions, in return. So
I would love to know what happened to.
well, I mean, do you want to continue to talk to us? If you do, then I mean, we'll tell you what happened.
I mean, I would love. I would like to know what happened. Because I'm telling you, I don't have any memory of any of this shit, and I'm shocked that Dad. I mean, it's shocking. Tell you that. Maybe a good job of my memory. I have no idea. But I don't know.
You want to continue talking to us?
Yeah, I mean, I'll continue to talk. I'd like to know what happened. I mean, if you'll tell me what happened, that'd be great.
Okay. We'll continue this interview with you. It's like, I'm trying to get you to figure out what's the last thing you remember. And if the last thing you remember was watching football, do you remember drinking?
Yeah.
Okay. You drinking vodka?
Yeah, I drank some vodka. Yeah.
And that's why I want to figure out if you stopped anywhere, because there was a bottle of vodka in the refrigerator. So,
Okay.
Like I said, we've all flown on airplanes and we know you can't carry.
Yeah, that was before dinner. I think that was either before dinner or right after dinner. Bought that vodka. Yeah.
Because I know being out there, there's that liquor store right probably to the front and to the right of the hotel.
Yep.
So,
Mm-hmm.
well, the first call came a little bit after 6, I believe. One of the guys that was in the room next to you. Didn't say you guys were arguing, just being loud, laughing, yelling. Probably maintenance or security came out, knocked on your door, answered it. The guy said, "Can you guys keep it down? We got most complaints." He said, "Fine, we'll keep it down."
Mm-hmm.
So the next noise complaint came out about 9 minutes till 10. This one was from the other neighbor, because the one beside you, the first complainant, they moved his room because you guys were pretending to be loud. Nothing out of source, just being loud. This time you can't get anybody to come to the door. All he hears, he's knocking. He hears just grumbling, grunting. Uses his card to get in. Walks in, and you remember the room layout. There's 2 queen beds. Is on the ground between the bed and the wall. You are sitting on his chest. His face is beaten, and he tells you, "Get off of him, get off of him." Pulls you off of him. You go on the bed, roll off the bed, fall on your face, and that's where the nose and the lip get busted and responsive. second most complaints. Could hear a male saying, Mike, stop, and then it was quiet.
You would think that a detective who is familiar with the law and who has just been charged with homicide would remain silent and ask for a lawyer. So far, Michael has done everything you should not do in his situation. He hasn't shown remorse or sympathy for his chief or the chief's family, which would have gone a long way in proving his accidental death. He also hasn't spoken with a lawyer first, so they could discuss his options moving forward.
Dad, is that what you're telling me?
Sir, he's dead. He was found dead between his bed and the wall. His face was, his right eye was pretty much swollen shut.
Bro, I'd love a burning claw or any big drop. I'd be sick right now.
Did any of that jog your memory, Mike?
No, baby.
Did you have any kind of animosity or anything like that towards?
Not at all. No.
Have you ever had a violent outburst or anything like that before when you were drinking? Anybody ever told you that you got violent when you drank?
No. Yeah, that's, I believe it.
There's a lot of people like that, commander down in the unit that you guys were earthly brothers. You were too.
Huh.
It's possible that Michael could very well be in shock, which would explain his behavior. A person suffering from shock will have an altered mental state. Their mind feels like it's in a fog, which slows down their alertness and awareness. They will also be in denial about their situation.
Do you have any questions for us, Mike?
It's just unbelievable.
Did you make any phone calls? I mean,
I called my wife earlier in the night. It's man, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Why do you say that?
I got no problem. I can't believe what you're telling me. That has happened. Can't believe it. Wow.
Well, this sucks for us just as much as it does for you. I mean, having to arrest a fellow officer, for something like this.
Is that, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Huh. And from what? What's he done from?
well, right now, we don't know until we have the autopsy.
Right. Because, I'm feeling my hands. My hands don't feel anything. What's he done from? I don't understand.
I mean, it appears that he's been beat to death. By all indicators that we have at this time, that we can physically see. It gives the appearance that he's beat to death. His head is very swollen, like you said. His right eye is completely shut, and as he laid there, as time was going on, as we were getting the search warrants and everything together that we needed to do, bruises were starting to show up even more. I mean, you can't think of anything that would have triggered you to jump on?
Nothing. I mean, nothing. It's,
Something happened at some point in time that triggered a reaction from you, and that's what we're just trying to figure out ourselves.
okay.
I mean, you know, we find out that you guys are down here for a damn homicide and crime scene class.
Yeah.
Sitting down here by. And then this mess happens this morning, or last night. It just throws all of us for a loop. It throws all your bosses and everything, your clients and everything else for a loop.
Yep. I don't know.
At what point in the game do you remember? Was the game playing when y'all left to go out to eat?
No, we came back. It was the Dallas game. I don't even know what time it started. He kept wanting to go out. He kept wanting to go out. I just kept telling him I don't want to go out. Bad idea. He shouldn't go out.
Where was he wanting to go?
To the bar. I don't know where specific, you know.
Did he keep on about it and you got upset about that?
Well, he kept on about it, but I don't remember getting upset about it. You know, he kept on about it. It's like, it seemed later than it was, you know, it seemed late.
Yeah, it's time change, man. It messes everything up. It gets dark a whole lot quicker than it does. It seems later than it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no. He kept wanting to go out. Let's go to the bar, we're gonna go to the bar. I said, that's a bad idea, we should, let's not do that. I mean, I wasn't pissed off at him, for God's sake. Shit.
Now, I remember you said that he got the bottle of vodka. Were you guys both drinking vodka, or just?
Yeah, I drank vodka with him. You know.
Because that would be something
Fuck!
we need to know, especially when we do the toxicology.
I don't. I can't. It's unbelievable. I just cannot believe. I can't believe it.
Michael would be sentenced to life in prison for taking the life of Police Chief Lucky Miller.
Damn, the guy doesn't even
Lucky's
remember
sister
it.
would speak at Michael's sentencing in regards to the death of her brother. She stated, "One of the things I struggle with the most is trying to understand how the person who was his partner and friend and knows all of us was the one who took his life, even when Lucky was pleading with him to stop. I cannot fathom how a person, especially one who was sworn to serve and protect others, could take someone else's life with his bare hands."
And that's where we're at. Because like I said, there's our department that's wanting to know what happened, and
Right.
there's your department want to know what happened. And
Oh,
like,
I get you.
And at that time, like I said, we didn't know what your condition was, whether we were going to get answers or not. And then he said there's more questions than answers. Especially since you guys had such a close relationship to begin with.
Yep.
Anything else?
You got any questions for us, Mike, before we get you across the street?
No, I guess I'm getting booked into jail or
Yes, sir. Yep, we're gonna get you booked in the jail and put in special housing over there so that you're not back there with the heads and stuff.
right.
And protective custody. You're not wanting to harm yourself or anything, are you?
No,
Do you have any kind of medical issues?
nothing I'm aware of.
Okay. You don't take any kind of, well, you take asthma medication, right?
The drama began shortly after the Frederick Police Department received a call from Nicole Atkinson, the best friend of Shannon Watts. She had arranged to drive Shannon into town that same day for a pregnancy check, but there was no answer when she knocked at the door, nor any response to her text messages or phone calls. After noticing her shoes were still at the front door, she became concerned and called 911.
Nicole? What's going on?
So, my son, we were out of town for a business trip this weekend.
Alright.
And I dropped her off at 2 o'clock this morning. She's 15 weeks pregnant. She wasn't feeling well, and she had a doctor's appointment this morning at 9, and I told her to let me know if she needs me to take her. She's got 2 little girls. I called and texted. Her car's in the garage. Her shoes she wears every single day are right in the front door.
How you doing? Seen your neighbors today? No? Okay. What's Chris's phone number?
Chris's phone number is...
Hey Chris, Officer Coonrod for the police department. Pretty good. So, do you have any idea where your wife is? Right. What my concern is her car's here, they're saying she's diabetic, and I don't want her... She's upstairs, can't respond. Okay. Not far out, are you? Okay. Alright. He said like 5 minutes.
It's not a sure sign of guilty conduct, yet the fact that Chris made the officer wait for his return would have most likely alerted some minor suspicion. In normal circumstances, a husband receiving a call from the police saying they were concerned about the safety of their pregnant wife and children, in most cases, would have given them permission to immediately kick the door down. It's a truly somber awareness to know that the man stepping out of the car had only a very short time ago dumped his infant daughter's bodies into an oil tank and buried his pregnant wife in a shallow grave.
Scott, how you doing? So this is the only vehicle she would have? She would drive?
The familiar routine for anyone checking for someone's presence inside a house, whether it be an emergency or otherwise, is to immediately call out to them for instantaneous reassurance. Chris remains silent, but instead feels the need to examine his wife's car before subtly sneaking through the internal garage door. He then disappears for 1 minute and 7 seconds before letting the neighbors and police officer inside. Only Chris will know what he carried out during that time period, but it's safe to assume that his curious behavior was not going unnoticed, made evident by the unsettled gaze of Nicole as he opens the door.
Mind if I come in, Chris?
There were multiple key moments captured from inside the house, which may not have been noticed immediately by the officer, but would have no doubt been gathered by forensics upon further investigation. The most overt peculiarity was Chris's interaction with his phone. The guise of his thumb movement would have given the impression he was texting someone, which would have seemed very peculiar, as the normal response would be to frantically call people rather than text given the circumstances. Hindsight gives us a clearer picture of Chris's introversion, which is that he was most likely using his phone to avoid eye contact and progressive dialogue with the officer.
What time do you leave today? What time I'll leave there? I'm never here. 5:36. Nah. What, Shannon here then? Does she usually watch the kids, or do you have daycare watch them? You guys have any kind of issues, marital issues, or? You are? How's that going? Civil for the most part, or?
Additionally, we are presented with the subtle cues of Chris's forethought cover story, being that his wife simply ran off with the kids after a breakdown in the marriage.
I have a feeling that's all she's here for, is just to crack fucking jokes. Is she even playing the game?
The rest of Chris's conduct could be analyzed and dissected in various ways, and it would be easy to pick at certain oddities in body language and link them with signs of guilt. Yet, without the hindsight we have now, his behavior could just as easily be linked with an innocent man who is understandably concerned and frantic over the disappearance of his family. His very conservant neighbor, however, had the perceptual advantage of knowing Chris on a semi-personal level, and could analyze his kinesics in a far more accurate manner than the police officer.
You just want to go talk to him? I'm going to get his info real quick. No. Right. That's pretty recently.
This was just after the moment he had shown both Chris and the officer his surveillance footage of that same morning, capturing only Chris leaving the house after loading multiple unidentified things into his truck. Although not fully incriminating, as Shannon and the kids could have left through the back entrance, this was an extremely detrimental piece of evidence, and would have no doubt been extolled by forensics and made Chris an immediate prime suspect. The following day, Chris, for some bizarre reason, agreed to be interviewed by two separate news stations, where he came across as extremely unimpassioned and detached from the alarming nature of the situation.
Like, when I got home yesterday, it was like a ghost town. Like, she wasn't here. The kids weren't here. I have no idea, like, where they went. Right now, you got K-9 units, the sheriff's department. Everybody's, like, they're doing their best right now to figure out, like, if they can get a scent. If she wasn't here, like, where did she go? Like, once I got here, it was like, all right, who can I call? I called her 3 times, texted her about 3 times, just to you know, what's going on? Like, if she's vanished, like, I want her back so bad. I want those kids back so bad. Right now, I don't even want to just, like, throw anything out there. Like, I hope that she's somewhere safe right now, and with the kids. Last night, I wanted that knock on the door. I wanted to see those kids running, barrel rushing me, just give me a hug and knock me on the ground. That's why last night was horrible. I couldn't do it. I'm hoping that somebody sees something or somebody knows something and comes forward. Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. Like, if somebody has her, please bring her back. I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody again. This house is not complete without anybody here. Please bring her back.
This could have been construed as shock trauma, where a person will turn numb and retreat into themselves as a means of escape. Yet the viewers watching this live from home were probably thinking what we as the retrospective audience already know. He was called in for questioning 4 hours later. One of the oldest and most commonly used techniques is for the interrogator to sit between the door and the suspect. This is for the purpose of heightening the feelings of isolation and dependence. It's an indirect subliminal message, letting Chris know that the only way out of that room is through the detective. It's an excellent tool for stripping away confidence, thus increasing the telling signs in body language when information is fabricated.
4 a.m. is when my mom goes off to work, and she gets dressed, questions to get there, and I do upstairs. About 4:15, that's when I get back to Flywire and go next door and start having a conversation with her about having the house up for sale, and talking about especially actually going to see her. somewhere that's not, most of the time it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So when I got home, I opened the back door and went inside the house and looked everywhere and was nowhere to be found. Checked the living room, found the nightstand, the phone's still on the couch, the purse is still there, the medicine for the kid is still there, the car in the parking is still there, and no sign of it anywhere. I was hoping that, I left all the lights on in the house, I was hoping that I'd get it out the door, but that's what happened.
What do you think?
At first, I really thought maybe it was just my yeah. But after today, after the onslaught of all the cars, and all the police cars, all the news, all the paint, making me lean the other direction about someone quicker. But it's just, if someone quicker, it would have to have been someone who because there's no sign of anything like being disturbed or but that's the way I'm thinking now. At first I thought the decompression somewhere I thought doing everything in the house was like that. But now it's just after the day it feels more the other direction. And it's just freaking me out. On that night, I woke that morning, early that morning, I told her, like, the connection is there, like, it's not going away, like, the connection we had was in the beginning, it's not there anymore, like, I don't feel like the love we had is there anymore. And it's just like, I don't feel like, I mean, if we want to stay together for the kids, I'm not sure if I'm going to work. Like, bring another, like, having another baby, bring another relationship, you think is going to work. But us being together for separation, I think is going to be the best possible route for us. That's when, like, all the time and everything proceeded. It was very hard just to talk about that. But I need to do it face to face. And I need to, like, I need to see her face, just block it, I'm putting this, like, phone, whatever, I needed to be face to face and be able to see her and know that she was going to be at least reciprocating back to me. She said that it was, she wanted to kind of work on it, but if that's the way I was feeling, then she respected that.
One PM. Now I'm on the I was worried with
No.
two of them, right? Sorry.
But Nicole,
Now, so it sounds like Nicole for yours is more rude to me.
oh, so once she couldn't get anything out of her and nothing was going on in the house, I was like, all right, I got to go home.
The sharp and sudden change of angle from baseline questioning to direct confrontation would normally make an innocent person refute or at least challenge the statement. There would also be a brief pause, as they would need time to process the allegation due to its complexity. A guilty individual would already be in a defensive state of mind and would normally respond in a hastily modus. Instead of refuting the remark, they would accept it, but try and explain its actuality in a defensive manner.
But it sounded like Nicole was more rude. Yeah, because, like, most of, like, if she only said things, like, I understand that, like, you know that happens. Okay. But for her not to get back to her direct sales group, that was very unorthodox. Okay.
So then you're at home. Police officers there. And walking through that.
So I could go through the house.
What on your vegan to go through that?
Oh, like, I opened the garage door. I just go in the house. I'm looking. Like, I just go in the garage door and I'm looking.
Did the police officer say, hey, let me talk to you?
No.
What's the vibe like?
So I ended up she goes, I know, like, I've talked to my friends, like, no, there's nothing good on you. I'm like, I know. It's like, people that, if people knew that we were having marital issues, they're gonna look at me, especially with that. It honestly just makes me think of something because this is something that I would never do. Ever. I know, like, you have to look at every day and say, this is something I would never do with my kids or my wife. At all.
This is what is known as the pause technique. After the suspect answers a question, the interrogator will remain silent while maintaining eye contact. This physical demeanor gives off the subtle cue that he expects more information to be divulged and may already know more than the suspect realizes.
I'm gonna feel like what I can do, like, to make people believe that is because if they were at marital discord, they would all know how to mess with me. But there's no out harm at all. I know we're having marital discord, and we had that conversation that morning, and then she goes, we have no idea where she is. What is it? I promise you guys, I have nothing to do with any of that. Are you telling me the truth? Why should I believe you?
A truthful individual will normally respond to this question with a question, such as, why are you asking me that? Or, what's going on here? They will often protest the aggressive nature of the inquisition, or give a short and forceful response.
Because I'm a very trustworthy person, and the people that know me, they know how I'm a calm person, and not a argumentative person, and a person who is going to be physical in any kind of relationship. I will never harm my kids, I will never harm my wife. When you can talk to me, and you talk to any of my friends, any of their friends, they know me. They know I'm a low-key guy, quiet, that I'm not about confrontation. I'm not about anything that elevates to that level. And like, if someone yells at me, screams at me, I just take it, and I just try to get out of their side and get it back to where it's a cool conversation where, like, none of that gets to that point. Because I am not that person. I've never been that person. Look at that picture. She's always one growling. She's a tiger. Bella, she's the calm, the mothering one. She's the one that's always, you okay? You okay? She's just a girl. She's one that cares me more. Celeste is one that cares me more. I remember
do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
I can ask, but he's not going to. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Honestly, no one wants to think about HIV, but there are things that everyone can do to help prevent it. It starts with getting tested regularly. If you're HIV negative, you and your healthcare provider can decide if PrEP may be right for you. PrEP means routinely taking prescription medicine.